tomorrow marks 1 week post-op, and I am confident that I can now get off the pain medicine, not altogether, but go to the lower dose that I have plenty of that pain medication. So I'm super excited. I feel like I'm in a very good place. The worst is officially over. So, at least in my mind. And I'm sticking to it. So, thank you for your prayers. It's been intense. It's been horrible, like it always is. It was terrifying. It was really, really hard. You talk about seriously walking the faith or not. Was I going to trust God that that pain medicine that they sent me home with was enough and it was going to get me through? Did pain get out of control at the beginning? Absolutely. But did I get through it? I did. One moment at a time, one tear at a time. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is the whole time I was just thinking, you know what? If God could do what he did with the bread loaves and the fish, he could surely make sure that I get through this too. Was I scared and terrified and not have like a complete trust? Oh, you better believe it. It was very difficult, but I know I kept praying. I said, Lord, I just have to believe that what I have is enough. And by the time it's gone, so too will be the pain. And that's exactly what happened. I actually have a little left over. So I'm like, ye of little faith, why do I always question it? He always gets me through. And it's just a very scary thing when you're left to suffer, and you really have to have full faith that God's going to pull you through, right? So it's a better day today. I am fighting. I'm very claustrophobic. So the way they wrap my arm is very hard in my mind to breathe. And there's a lot of pressure and weight of the splint that is, I feel like it's bruising my ribs. And I feel like it's just, I can't even explain. Like it's just squeezing the heck out of my arm. And in that, I feel like I can't breathe. So I'm constantly fighting those mental challenges of just calming my brain, reminding myself I can breathe, I'm okay, but it's not that simple. It just isn't. It's a very real struggle for me, and I kind of busted out of my splint where my fingers were because they had it tied between my thumb and my fingers, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I panicked. I had a lot of panic attacks, and I just cut it, at least released my fingers, so I feel much better. I do see the physician assistant tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. I know there are still big challenges that they're concerned about in this recovery, so I'm just going to have to place that in God's hands. And thank you. Please keep me in your prayers. Prayers work. You see it all the time. So I'm in a good place today, and for that, I'm grateful. And I just pray that the arm heals accordingly, and the concerns that they have, I just pray that those things do not happen. So it's always a walk of faith and one moment at a time. So thank you for your love, prayers, and continued support. And God is just so good, and all the love that he surrounds me with is always just perfect. That's all I can say. Well, after all, he is a perfect love, isn't he? Yes, yes, indeed.